yeah, this is not clickbait. We're gonna talk about it because a lot of people go through breakups, and one of my number one most asked DM'd is, how do you get through a breakup? Because you guys know I've been through them, multiple ones, and it happens, and you just gotta continue on, either better yourself or you can self-implode. There's a lot of things that can happen. But I'm gonna tell you my breakup story. Maybe you'll learn from my things I've been through. I mean, have I made mistakes? Yes. Have I dealt with a lot of things though? Also yes. And I had to deal with it all in the eye of the public on social media while hearing everyone else's opinions. So maybe this will make you feel better in your situation. But before we get started, guys, be sure to hit that like button down below, and please, please, please comment what you want to see next, because the most commented video is what I'm gonna film next, and a lot of you guys were wanting story times. So here we are, we're doing a story time today. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button either, and turn on video notifications, because I have learned through YouTube analytics that only 10% of people are getting my YouTube video notifications that I've even posted. So make sure it's turned on, or be sure to be following me on my other social media accounts. I'm linking all my platforms down below, so you could just click and you'll see them. Cause I know you wanna see my face some more. You're like, Gab, you disappeared, you fell off the face of the planet. No, I'm still here, and I've actually been posting on YouTube. Sorry, I have a live audience. If you hear things in the background, I have 3 animals in here right now watching me film. They get a little bit loud sometimes. But yeah, I did not fall off the face of the planet. I just simply kind of suck at posting sometimes, but I'm back on the grind. Hi.
Okay.
We're in my little get ready closet that I film all my YouTube videos in, but the rest of the room is such a mess that I can't show you it. Whew, okay, so breakups. My breakup. I genuinely feel like if I talk about this, it will help some of you guys get through things that you're going through. Because breakups, no matter what, are never easy. No matter if you knew that person was not the right person, or if you were in denial and you just want the comfort of being in a relationship, no matter what, breaking up is hard. Even a friendship breakup is hard, because you're probably gonna lose the person that was in that situation. It's hard to remain friends. I personally would never remain friends with someone I broke up with. That's just me though. I don't think it's healthy to stay in contact and be friends after you dated, but it's tough. No matter the situations, it's tougher if it lingers on for a bit and it's that difficult, confusing thing. Sometimes it's just better to cut it off. Saves a little bit of hurt, saves a little bit of trouble.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But let's talk about the relationship that's a little bit easier to talk about, the way it ended. We're also going to talk about one of my situationships that ended that I never even talked about online, and also another one. But you also have to think about your mental health too when you're dealing with a breakup. It's hard if you're going through it alone, if you don't have an army of people trying to help you, or even 2 close friends, or even your mom and dad. If you don't have someone, let's let this comment section be like a little bit of a safe spot for each other. It's okay to vent here, because I've been in positions where I felt like I could not talk to anyone. And that is such a low point that I don't want any of you guys to ever feel like you're at. So if you need to just vent about something, or if you're dealing with something, maybe comment it below and maybe someone else can respond to it. I will try to respond to as many things as I can, but I don't ever want any of you to feel like you're alone, because that's really freaking tough. I've been through breakups where I felt like I couldn't talk about anything, where I haven't still talked or explained a lot of it. And that's okay too if you're a private person. Sometimes it's better to save someone's image, someone's identity, than talk bad about them on the internet. I'm not a perfect human. Other people are not perfect humans either. Sometimes at the end of the day, maybe you're just not meant to be together. But please take care of yourself if you are going through a breakup, because it is a big toll on your mental health. And sometimes people just self-implode. They don't take care of themselves. They just start going down and down and down and down. And that's okay. It might happen for a few days after a breakup. It's okay to feel down in the dumps. But please do not destroy your life because of a breakup, because you thought you were going to end up with someone that you obviously are not going to be with for the rest of your life. please don't do something you might regret, because it is a really dark time after a breakup, and it's okay to be sad. It is okay to not to be okay. But with that being said, I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there because I want you to take care of yourselves. One day you'll tell stories about a breakup and maybe help one of your friends out. Let's just also start off by saying this. We always have an image in our head where we're like, by the age of 25, I'm gonna be engaged. I'm gonna have my dream job. I'm gonna be doing this or that. I have like the roadmap to my life planned out. A lot of us at the age of like 17, 15, or even the age of 20, we think we have it planned. We think we know who we're gonna end up with. We think we have an idea of our life. But then guess what? The universe throws you some freaking curveballs and they're like, psych, that's just not how your life is gonna go. You're gonna have to deal with this curveball, maybe 10 other ones, maybe a whole freaking universal storm of just what the heck is going on. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Brother, what's that?
It happens to everyone. Life is not ever gonna be perfect. Sometimes you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna get through this. What in the world is happening? And I know I really had an idea of what my life was gonna look like, and it looks the exact opposite from what I thought it was gonna be. I also wanna say a very quick thank you to my sponsor, NoCD, because OCD is a really serious thing that affects so many people, and I bet even thousands of you guys who are watching this actually have to deal with it yourselves. Who knows, maybe it could be a feeling like something bad's gonna happen to you or someone that you love, and it's a feeling that you can't shake, and it really just consumes your life. Well, guess what? OCD is actually highly treatable, and that's where NoCD comes in. OCD is really misunderstood, but here's the thing. If you're struggling with it, you're not alone. NoCD offers virtual therapy for those who have OCD. Every therapist with NoCD is trained in exposure and response prevention, and that is the gold standard treatment for OCD because it's literally made to treat it. NoCD also accepts many major insurances, and they offer always-on support in between sessions. To learn more about therapy, go to nocd.com. That's nocd.com, and you can book a free 15-minute session with their team. But let's talk about the breakups. We're going to talk about the easiest one there is to talk about. And that was my second relationship that I ended. And I'm not going to say their names because you could use some context clues and put things together because I know y'all are some FBI agents out there. My second ever breakup, I would say was a little bit easier of one to get through because we only dated a few months and I just knew that person was not the one for me. Even though he had one of the biggest hearts in the entire world, I think we just shared some differences in not only beliefs, but also in like personalities and goals. He was like a yes man. He would literally almost do everything that I would ask him to do, which is 10 out of 10, so nice. But at the end of the day, sometimes you need someone to argue with you and tell you you are in the wrong. And he is one person, like at the end of the day, I don't have any contact with any of my exes, but sometimes I wish I could like apologize and be like, I wish I would have let you down a little bit easier. Because when I say I was on a trip with all my girlfriends, and in that time he had called me so many different times being like, I need an itinerary of what you're doing. I need to know who you're with, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just graduated college. Like I just finished. And I'm in New York City with my girlfriends and we're going sightseeing. Like we're not doing anything suspicious. Like I was posting my Snapchat stories, sending him Snapchats and texts and like videos all over my social media of exactly what I was doing. Nothing was hidden. I was not trying to hide anything at all. But he could not handle the fact that I was a very independent person at that time. If I had something in my head, I was going to reach that goal. Nothing was going to stand in that way. And so I went on this trip with all my girlfriends. He was always blowing up my phone. And it was out of care. It was because he identified himself with me and he really did truly deeply care about me. But I felt suffocated. And so I got back from New York City and he was going to pick me up for the airport, but I couldn't do it. he had called me way too many times, blowing my phone way too much. And it was almost not even controlling, but I had never been in a situation like that before. And so I had my roommate come pick me up. And then after she picked me up, I went and dropped off my stuff at my apartment, then walked up to his apartment because we lived in the same building. And he was like, oh, how was New York? And I was like, oh, it was great. And I think he just knew then because he looked at me and he made a joke. He was like, what, are you about to break up with me? And then I know my face went ghost white. And he was a little bit older than me, but I just remember his reaction. He started literally banging his head against the wall and flipping out, just like crying. But I think I was not as much as into the relationship as he was. Like, I never said the I love you words. I will not ever say that to anyone unless I truly, truly mean it. And I will never say it to someone just to make them happy. And I had never said it to him. And I wish I would have like gone about that a little bit differently. But I just had to be like, listen, we have different goals. I will work my ass off to reach a goal. And I feel like you're trying to piggyback off of me. Because I was moving to Kansas City at the time. I had already signed a lease. Like, it was already set in stone. And then I think I got kind of like, because then he changed his entire life after he found out I was moving to follow me. Which, like, I get it, but, like, we had only been dating a few months. And so it was just, like, a lot of pressure on me, and I didn't know how to deal with that. And again, he was one of the nicest guys ever. It just was not for me. Oliver! Sorry, guys, the animals are, like, doing stuff and annoying me. But sometimes in your heart, you just know when something is not gonna work out. And if you can't see that person being, like, the father to your kids, or you can't see them being the first person you call when you get good news, sometimes it's better to end it. And so that's what I did. I probably could have waited a day or two and not just literally land from the plane after not seeing him for over a week, but I just had to rip the band-aid off because literally 2 days later I was moving, and so was he. And so that's what I did. And I talked to him and I said goodbye to him like the following, like 2 days later, whenever I was literally packing up my stuff to move. But I really haven't talked to him since. And again, he was a really sweet person. I hope he finds someone because he deserves that. Sometimes people just aren't for you, and it's so much more important. I don't even know how to word this. It's not like I want you to learn from me, but I just want you to take note that it is so much better to end something earlier if you're not happy or if you don't see it going somewhere than to drag it out. Because I've dragged things out before and it made ending it 10 times harder. Because you can love someone and care about them and want something with them, but as a friendship and not a relationship. The next one is like a situationship, I guess you would say. And that was one of the toughest ones because one, I hid everything from the internet, and it wasn't someone like I ever even dated. It was someone like I was seeing, but we never clearly defined what we were. And I think that's what made it really tough because I had an idea in my head, but they had a separate idea in their head. Like, oh, it's maybe not that serious, like whatever. Or like there's different ideas of who should do what and like what we are allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. I was under one. I was under one idea and the other person was under another about how exclusive things were, and then I ended up getting hurt when I found some stuff out. And I'm smiling through the pain right now. It was a while ago, like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I would say. So it's been a minute, so it's easier to talk about now. But that shit sucked. Like, yes, I may have only been seeing that person for like literally only 6 months at the time, like when all this unfolded. But that hurt because then I was a dumbass and I continued to talk to the person, being like, oh, maybe we can just be friends. Bitch, no, you cannot just still be friends after they did you dirty and hurt you. No.
Just come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
And that's how you get hurt even 10 times more. And then you're like, oh shit, my heart hurts. I went into depression. I wasn't enough. It happens. It just really does happen. And one day you will find your person and you will be enough and you won't have to have that weird like situationship or awkward in between. No. If they're going to be your person, they will make it very obvious to what you are to them in their lives. They will tell you if you're important. They will make clear roles and boundaries and everything. They will not leave you in a gray area. Okay? So don't let them play with your emotions and their feelings, and don't be doing everything for them when they don't deserve it. Period. Those situations are so tough because you don't know when it's okay to say something, because are you going to be too like emotional? Are you going to be too attached when you never clearly defined anything with that person? Are you going to look crazy when you're upset and hurt? Define things early. That's all I will say. Make it clear to each other what you are and expectations, or else you will be hurt. You will. And I know that from experience. You don't want to be crying over someone who does not give a frick about you. It happens. But then once you kick him to the curb, leave him at the curb. Just like the trash you just took out. Then last but not least, there was another relationship that I was in. And sometimes the longest ones are the ones that are like hard to walk away, but you know you need to walk away for your own well-being. And that's what makes it tough, especially if you're on social media or like you've told your friends all about it. No matter who you are and what situation you are in, if you've been with someone for a long time, it's hard to walk away. No matter what, no matter the things that they might do to you, or no matter what happened. And it's okay if you don't want to share with your friends every grim detail, or if you feel bad saying, maybe I do need a therapist. Because I know I needed a therapist for 2 freaking years. And it's not something to joke about, but again, smiling through hurt, pain, denial. Like at one point in one of my past relationships, my roommates threatened to call the cops. So they said, if you don't get out of this, we're calling the police. And so I never saw that person again. So sometimes it takes something very bad happening in order for you to walk away. And sometimes I don't even know how to word any of this because it's something that it's tough to word because it's situations that are serious that you can't joke about. But no, sometimes you have to hit a rock bottom to realize it's not your person. And sometimes you have to go through things, no matter how serious or little the things might be. It could be them, I don't even know, I'm trying to think of like a example. It could literally be as small as like them forgetting about Christmas or your birthday. Or it could be something way more serious of a situation where your safety is at risk. Or it could even be something like things that they're telling your friends. No matter the situation and no matter how serious it might be to you at the time, it's okay to be concerned for yourself and it's okay to take things seriously. You're not crazy, okay? You're not overthinking things. When you trust someone to allow them to love you, it hurts when they take that love for granted and hurt you in return. So no matter what situation a breakup might occur from, it hurts when the person you were vulnerable to betrayed your trust in whatever form it could be. But again, you always hope that they do find happiness. Yes, you might be bitter for a bit, or yes, you might be hurt, and that's okay. But as long as you allow yourself to move on past that and better yourself and not self-implode, your life will be better, even if it is without them. And you might be going through a breakup right now. You might be dealing with an ending of a situationship, or you might still be hurt from something that happened months or even years ago. But focus on yourself, and that might be the cheesiest thing that I've ever said, but make some aspect of your life better. Get a hobby to distract yourself. And it is okay to cry for a little bit, but you cannot be stuck on the past. When you get stuck on the past and you're trying to fix things, you start a cycle that might not be healthy. And so you have to find a way to make yourself happy again individually. So let me get off my soapbox and just end this video because it was a little bit heavy, and it's something that I always like. When I say I get about a DM a day minimum about how do you get over a breakup, because my breakups have been on the internet, and so I have had to deal with them, with millions of people judging me for not knowing the full stories or not understanding my own feelings. And that's okay, because a lot of times I put my things and my information and my life out there, so I have to deal with it, okay? And never will I ever be like, oh, feel bad for me because everything's online. I did that to myself. If I wanted something to not be online, I wouldn't put it online, okay? But yeah, that's that. Please take care of your guys' selves, as usual. Leave a positive comment, maybe. Oh, bless you, ghost. Bless you. Should we have a little doggy outro with the dogs? Listen, I cannot flip around the camera right now because how messy this room is. But Douglas says goodbye and have a very nice day. And he's mad because it is his dinner time now. He said, get the frick off YouTube. Feed me. Give me attention. Why is he so unfazed by me just... Okay, signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out NOCD if you are interested in receiving some amazing therapy from licensed therapists at nocd.com.